Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you've watched any of my videos before, you'll notice I'm in a new space. That's because I've moved house, yet again. But anyway, today we're getting into a video. Why? Because I've actually read a book and I actually have the mental capacity to talk about it for a longer period of time. I know, right? Anyway, the book in question today is My Dark Prince by L.J.Shen and Parker.S.Huntington. This is the third book in their combined series that I've read so far from the My Dark Prince Road series. I honestly would recommend it if you like slightly darker romance books. I would put it in the same category as I would put Monica Murphy's Lancaster Prep series book series, as in it's morally grey romance. I wouldn't call it dark romance, but I wouldn't call it typical romance. Personally, out of the series, I would put this as my second favourite book from the series. The first one was my favourite. Didn't really like the second one. Found some of the scenes in it a bit too weird and a bit too inspired by Saltburn. And this one, I kind of liked. There are some parts in it I did not like, and I'll get into that later. But overall, I think it was a good book. Personally, I would rank it probably 3.8. I did really enjoy reading it, honestly. It was a good read. I liked certain parts and loads of it. I really liked, compared to their other books, the utter lack of smut content in it for once. Because, they actually built the relationship. They worked through their problems loads. And, the main plot point is the girl has amnesia for the first half of the book, okay? She can't remember anything. She doesn't remember they broke up 15 years ago and haven't talked to each other. She can't remember he's been a massive playboy. She can't remember that she thought he cheated, okay? And he's like, look. And she wakes up and she sees him because the accident happened when he was there. And she's like, oh my God, are we engaged? Oh my God, are we like this? Because she's back to herself thinking oh my God, we're going to get married. We're still in this happy, lovely relationship. Okay? And he goes along with it because the doctor's like, you have to go along with it. And he's like, yeah, I will. No problem here. And he's like, yeah, she's my fake fiance, but I'm secretly still in love with her. But he also does stand by the point, which is my favourite thing. Oliver is one of my favourite characters from this book series because he's my favourite background character, but also he is my favourite character, hands down. Because literally, he's like, I'm not doing anything with you until you get your memory back. And she's just like, I kind of want to sleep with you. And he's like, hey, we're not doing anything until you get your memory back because that would be wrong. And he is a king for that. He's a king because he also is going through so much trauma. That man is so traumatized, ridiculously so. Because, spoilers ahead from here on out, because I've done loosey-goosey terms of what happened in the book, I'm not doing anymore. Spoilers from here on out. But, okay, so essentially, 15 years ago, there was a boating accident. The boating accident happened because Sebastian, Oliver's brother, logged into his Instagram account and flooded a message publicly in comment sections of another girl's Instagram page, making it look like he cheated. And he was told Oliver about this. Oliver got rightly pissed at it because you're jeopardizing my relationship with the woman I love, the woman I want to marry. You're jeopardizing my relationship with my long distance partner that I can't always see. Okay? And they get into a fight. And the fight ends up with Sebastian falling off the boat. Sebastian is a rower, he's a swimmer. His brother's like, he'll be fine, we're not that far from shore, he can swim. Unfortunately, he gets caught on the boat. And this side of the face, in not so nice words, he kind of resembles Scarface. Or is it Two-Face from Batman? You know which one I mean. Phantom of the Opera-esque, kind of, but worse. Okay? And when he comes to in the hospital and finds out what happens, he turns to his brother and goes, I want your happiness, which means you have to break up with Briar, okay? That's the reason they broke up, okay? And he's like, every now, they have a fight later on in the book, he's like, well, you were just using it as an excuse. And then later on, the brother has to go, I'm sorry I said that. You were living with so much guilt because of what you did to me. And because you did that to me, you didn't think you was worthy or that you could look after her correctly. And I put so much guilt on you for the past 15 years. That was not right. Bearing in mind, he has been looking after his brother for 15 years, doing anything for his brother for the past 15 years, okay? This man has been living a secret double life. He's like, no, my brother's in India. Because his brother does not want to be known by anyone and does not want to be seen, which is fairly so to the brother. But also at the same time, he's just pretending to be this massive himbo of a man. He is literally pulling a Bruce Wayne, okay? Yes, I am in my Batman era again, okay? You can't blame me, okay? DC's on the rise, and when it happens, I just go fill in Batman, okay? But, he's literally, to the public eye, he's just a playboy who sleeps around, who's a bit stupid, who has a bit too much money. In reality, he's running his entire family's company, looking after his younger brother, and also being really depressed because he can't have the woman he loves, and he only loves one woman, and he literally has, there's a paragraph at the end of one of the chapters later on in the book, which is after page 100, where he's literally like, I will love no one else. I can't love anyone else, because if I ever tried to love anyone else, I would just be picturing you. It would just be you. It'd be your laugh, your smile, you every moment, and it would be unfair to someone else if I tried to love them, because I could not love you. I would either love you or I'd love no one. And he literally tells her that. He's just like, I would do anything. And she's like, I don't think we can do long distance again. He was like, I would do the trek. I would do this. I would do this. Literally, Oliver is a king. He will do anything for this girl, okay? He will do anything throughout this book. And I don't think Briar deserves him. I'm going to say that, okay? Briar, admittedly, she does have a fair point in a lot of bits, but also, I'm just like, girl, the amount of stuff he's doing for you, he funded the genetically engineering of blue roses for you, so you could always have them. Girl, he, on your first official date back together, he bought you a house and recreated a childhood bedroom for you in New York, because you say you were from New York, but you never got to live in New York because you had horrible parents. So he created your own childhood bedroom for you, so you could say you had a home, made a personalised tour around the city. And by personalised tour, I mean he took her on a drive throughout New York City with an audio recording of his voice describing each building and location he goes by, but tailored to her interests and things she would actually be interested in doing in the city. So then when people ask her about New York, which she claims she is from because it's the only place that really feels like home to her, she can actually tell people. Okay? And I'm just like, girl, you really don't deserve this man. Like, no. Like, girl. Like, and she's like, I love you, but I don't think this is work. I'm like, girl, it will work. He's learning how to sing and dance so you can dress in a Ken outfit for your wedding, because you're like, I want to perform Love is an Open Door in a Ken outfit. And he's like, okay, double down, we're doing a dance routine as well. And I'm just like, girl, you don't deserve this man, okay? That's my main gripe with the female character, because, like, he's just like, yeah, I did wrong. And, like, if he does something wrong, he admits to it. But also, he tries to make up for every single action he does, and he tries to go on a bit above and beyond. And he does stuff for her, notice stuff for her, and I'm just like... And he feels so guilty over the breakup, but also at the same time, he had a actual valid reason. So this is, like, one of the few second chance romances that I actually can stand, but also at the same time, like, girl, you don't deserve him, okay? Because the girl's also a vegetarian climate activist, okay? But she's like, I want to have my wedding on this remote island that you can rarely ever get to. That's carbon neutral. I'm like, okay, but you're going to have a ton of people fly out for your wedding to get there. Okay. And, like, she, like, rightly does call Oliver on some of his stuff, and he's like, you know what, there. And then cancels the plan, and it's just like, I will help you with your climate endeavours. But also, she chooses to move to LA, okay? She moves to LA. And he's like, I will do the long distance thing. So they try 30-day trial where he can't go to travel to because, like, work and everything. And then after that, he's like, I can't do that. So he travels back and forth on a weekly basis. This is at least 2 private jet rides each day. Something that she has criticised before. She has criticised the fact he has a private jet, but she also criticises the fact that she can't be without him for long periods of time. And it's like, my work and my life, Sebastian, my brother, Sebastian, who I look after, is all over there. And he's like, but I want to be with you, so I will travel twice a week for over 4 hours by plane, back and forth, twice a week on the private jet to get to you. Because this man is mega famous. I mean, mega famous to the point where he can't be on a regular public thing, okay? So he travels back and forth constantly. He can fly his own private jet though, so he's not, like, hiring other people to do this. But still, and I'm just like, girl, you literally criticise the private jet, but now he also is using the private jet to go back and forth between, and you're like, no, I take economy. And, like, you're still choosing for him to travel 8 hours by plane per week to come see you. And I'm just like, surely you could have sat down and worked out a better compromise. Like, EJ slowly working in a timeline where one of you could transition to live with the other person, because it's not like her career only could happen in LA. Yes, it'd be more optimal, but it was just like, I'll buy you and make your own production company so you can work wherever you want to work. She's like, no, LA. And, like, okay, she's like, my life is in LA and everything I love is in LA. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool, but my family and the people that I love and the people who are my support system are here. I just really didn't like that female character that much. Like, she had her moments. Like, I think I personally liked her when she had amnesia the most, which is a horrible thing to say, but she was slightly more tolerable, okay? Because after she got her memories, she was like, revenge. Actually, I'm in love. No, let's break up. oh wait, he really loves me, let's stay together, let's do long distance. I complain about long distance, he offers solution, I don't like solution. And I'm just like, girl, what do you want from him? He literally loves you more than anything in this planet. He's told you multiple times. Anyway, thank you for listening to my TED Talk on that. But honestly, I did really enjoy reading the book, purely just because I really enjoyed reading from Oliver's point of view, and you also got to see a bit more of the couples from the previous books. I don't know if this series is going to continue. I don't know if I could stomach another book from it, because honestly, some of the characters that remain are not the best characters that we've been introduced to. Because they're sad, but I don't think there's going to be a romance story for him further down the line, unless they do a Beauty and the Beast one, which they could be setting up because he had but also he's throughout this book it's just I can never get back what I once lost, and I don't want a half-baked attempt of what I once lost back. So I don't think a Beauty and the Beast storyline would work for that. Or there's Frankie, who is the bane of my existence. I physically hate it when her name appears on the page. I'm just like, shut up, please, because she is literally, I'm an influencer. I got fired from multiple jobs, but I do influencing, yeah. And I'm just like, no, you're literally spending your brother-in-law's money, just now, and then trying to sleep with his friends, and their friends are like, no, I really, really dislike the sister, okay? I really do. But anyway, these have been my thoughts and feelings on My Dark Prince. I would recommend reading the book if you like the other ones. I do think you'd like it. If you'd like some more, I feel like it's really hard to describe what type of people would like this book. There are people who would like this book, because I personally found it enjoyable for the most part. I just had gripes with the main female character, but if you like female characters like that, you may enjoy this book. I do think it is worth reading just for Oliver, because Oliver is my king, and yet again, he is my favourite character of all 3 books from this series, so I would recommend reading that. And if you've read this book, please share your thoughts and opinions, and also let me know what you'd like me to read next, or if you want me to do another review of a different book. But anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.